I've got something absolutely diabolical. And it's something I've been gushing about for a while since I talked about it. But we got Electric Seed Terapagos hitting the ranked ladder. And let's go over the team very briefly, hopefully. I know my track record on these. We have Miraidon, Terapagos, Iron Treads, Volcarona, Whimsicott, and Urshifu. So we're going to try to get Terapagos set up with Miraidon's Electric Terrain activating the Seed, so we will get a defense boost. We have Calm Mind to raise our special stats, and then we have Tera Starstorm to go on the offensive when we Terastallize and hit both sides of the field, while also having Dark Pulse to punish plenty of Psychic-type Pokemon. We've got Assault-Vested Tera Electric Miraidon with maximum attack investment, or rather maximum special attack investment. Oh, I am not off to a good track record. But anyways, we have that Tera Electric button to up the wattage or voltage, whatever it is, for Electro Drift and Volt Switch while the Electric Terrain is on the field. So if we're in a situation where Terapagos doesn't look the best option, well, we can use Miraidon to just destroy things with electric boosted damage. We also have Snarl to lower special attack outputs for our opponents, while also having Draco Meteor to just obliterate something if we need it. So there is that at the end of the day. We got Urshifu-Rapid Strike with Tera Stellar to boost up its attacks, and then this way Surging Strikes isn't the only thing getting boosted. We also have Close Combat to boost up its fighting type damage for one turn, and also the EV spread's a little wonky on this thing, but the idea here is it's meant to have a little bit of bulk. Now, we do have a Focus Sash here just to keep it safe from something that will just absolutely decimate this thing otherwise, so we do have that, but we have Surging Strikes, Close Combat, and Aqua Jet for our damaging options. We have Whimsicott with Tera Water and Covert Cloak here. We have Tailwind support and Taunt to disrupt things, so no Leech Seeds for Calyrexes, no substitutes, no Tailwinds from other Whimsicotts. It's going to be a good time. We also have Moonblast to hit Koraidon, so, you know, that's fun. And also, the reason why we have Tera Water here is, if I did this right, this Whimsicott is built to take a Fire-type attack from Koraidon, and it has just enough special attack investment on it that Moonblast just basically ruins a non-terrestrialized Koraidon's day. So we have that. We have Volcarona here with a Rocky Helmet, because, you know what? What's better than watching your opponents hit you only to take damage themselves, especially when they have a recoil move, so there's that. We have Rage Powder for some redirection support, so that Terapagos can try to get Calm Mind off. We got Fiery Dance for a little bit of chip damage, and then we have an additional Tailwind option with Volcarona here. And then finally, we have Iron Treads. This thing is fun. I like Iron Treads. Tera Ground is kind of an odd Tera here, but the idea is it's just to boost up high horsepower and to maintain that electric type immunity. I couldn't really figure out what Tera I wanted, so I just figured, you know what, let's just try it out. We'll see how this works. We have Steel Roller for some big damage if we need to destroy opposing terrain, or if push comes to shove and we have electric terrain on the field and I just need a big burst of damage. Well, I can go for the Steel Roller. I have the high horsepower here, and because Steel Roller does fail if there's no terrain, well, we have Iron Head to just ensure we do have some steel type coverage. We have a Life Orb here to boost up our damage output, and with our Nature and EVs, we are guaranteed to get a speed boost from our Quark Drive, meaning Iron Treads could potentially come in and disrupt some opposing Miraidon. So yeah, that's the team in a nutshell. I did pretty good for 3.5 minutes. Let's jump right on in to some battles. Okay, we've got Dozo Tatsugiri along with Smeargle, Ice Rider, or Shadow Rider. Ugh, Shadow Rider, not Ice Rider. Muck and Miraidon. Okay, so Terapagos, if it gets a couple boosts up, might be okay, but Dozo might be a problem for it. That said, Miraidon should be nice. Terapagos with a defense boost could be handy, so maybe we'll do something like that. I don't think I necessarily need the Iron Treads, but I mean, having a little bit of extra speed could be handy. I mean, actually, Terapagos in the back might be okay. Having Volcarona or Whimsicott might be for the best. And then that way I can always go for Tailwind. Ooh, you know what? Maybe if I go Calm Mind, Terapagos. Yeah, maybe if I go Calm Mind, Terapagos, Volt Switch with Miraidon, maybe that could be okay. Yeah, like, because let's see, we're at 205 speed. Like, we're pretty fast. We should be able to do a good amount of damage to stuff, because we can always pivot in one of the Tailwind setters. So maybe we go Whimsicott and maybe we bring the Iron Treads. The Iron Tread Steel Roller could be handy if I want that big burst of damage at the cost of my electric terrain, like maybe even Volt switching and then going for the Steel Roller or Hard switching. Maybe, I don't know, I'm kind of speculating. But yeah, like having that big burst of damage might be okay. It's going to be Smeargle Muck, so you know what? Sure. I think what I want to do is I want to try to get Terapagos set up. I think I want to go for Muck and just try to get that thing off the field. And then getting Terapagos set up could be handy. I think I brought Volcarona instead of Whimsicott. Yeah, I might have brought Volcarona, which might be a little bit of a problem. Let's see here. We'll double check. Nope, we brought Whimsicott. We're good. Okay, so I would love to try to get Electro Drift off into Muck. I'd love to get a Calm Mind off. They're probably just going to try to go Minimize. But Miraidon's just going straight into it, so that's great. That's a lot of damage into Muck. Unfortunately, it's not a KO, but getting my Calm Mind off is going to be helpful, especially since we'll be able to start going for Tera Starstorm. And then that way, too, getting Tera Starstorm off will be some big damage. Salt Cure, okay. Not where I thought that was going, but alright. Yeah, that's a good way of trying to get Terapagos out of the field. But, I mean, what I could do, I could Volt Switch and Starstorm. Yeah, I could Volt Switch. Special attack boost into the Smeargle, that's okay. Speed drop, alright. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna Volt Switch into the Muck. I'm gonna try to get it. I'm gonna go for the Starstorm. If I miss, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I mean, that might be alright. If I can successfully get off the Volt Switch with Miraidon and get Tailwind up for Terapagos, like, that's good, because I do have the Dark Pulse, and Dark Pulse would threaten Shadow Rider. So, I don't think I have to worry about the Salt Cure just quite yet. Follow Me is coming out, but that's okay. This should bring Smeargle to a Sash, and then Tera Starstorm should be able to... That didn't even knock out, or bring Smeargle to a Sash, so you know what? That's a bulky Smeargle, but hey, we got a spread move coming our way. Or rather, to my opponent's way. We'll get speed up, and then we'll go from there. So, doesn't look like Muck dodged, so we should be able to get this big damage off into both of them. Yeah, alright. So, we take out both of those Pokemon there. Now, Shadow Rider could come in here. And if it does, I mean, I got a Dark Pulse with its name written all over it, which is handy. So, we're at +1 special attack, +1 special defense, and physical defense. So, like, Terapagos has some good bulk. Like, that Salt Cure is going to be a little bit annoying, but, I mean, it's okay. So, we've got Shadow Rider and Miraidon, which I'm okay with. Getting a Starstorm off is going to be big. Getting Tailwind off is going to be big as well, because that'll definitely help my Miraidon in the long run. And plus, I do have my Iron Treads in the back. So, we'll go for the Tailwind, and we'll just go for the Starstorm. Yeah, the Starstorm is going to do some big damage, and Tailwind is going to ensure that Terapagos is going pretty quick. I don't think a Scarf helps the Miraidon at all either. Like, I think the Tailwind should be able to put me fast enough to make sure this does big damage. And also, if I do move before them, I mean, I'm going to do a lot of damage with that Starstorm into this Tera Electric Miraidon. So, we'll get our Tailwind up. We now have the speed control. We can also come in and go for Snarl. If we really need to, we could Steel Roller away that electric terrain and just get rid of it from my opponent. So, that's a lot in the Miraidon right there. Calyrex is going to eat a berry. I also love that there's still 4 times Dark Week. So Astral Barrage is going to come out here. It's not going to hit Terapagos. It will hit Whimsicott, but that's alright. And Electro Drift is also coming out here. If Terapagos survives, that's bonus. I don't think it survives. I think it's going to go down, but we'll see. Nope, we're fine. We will take a little bit of Salt Cure chip, but I mean, That's okay in my book. Like, Terapagos will go down next turn, but that's fine with me. I'm just gonna taunt into the Shadow Rider, and I'm just gonna Starstorm. And then this way, too, if they want to set up, they can't. So, we do have that just in case. And the Starstorm should be enough to knock out Miraidon, so really... getting in my Miraidon and my Iron Tread should be great for finishing off this already weakened Calyrex. So, like, I think that's a good start. Like, we got rid of Miraidon, we got our boost up there. Like, I think I'm sitting pretty. Not gonna lie. Alright, so there's the Astral Barrage. Whimsicott's gonna go down. I think the Salt Cure is enough to knock out Terapagos at this range, given how much HP I have, but I mean... we effectively got rid of the Muck before it could get too out of control, which is huge. And I have exactly 1 HP. That's awesome. We're gonna bring in Iron Treads. And you know what? I want to see that Steel Roller. I want to see that Steel Roller in action. So we'll go for that. We'll click the Dark Pulse. And that's just game. So yeah. Battle's canceled. So we don't even get to see the Steel Roller animation, but I mean, hey, that worked out great. Very happy with how Terapagos played out there with the Calm Mind. We were able to take that Tera Electric Electro Drift while boosted on the terrain very nicely. So that might have been an AV Miraidon, which I don't think they quite run as much special attack as, say, a typical Scarf or Spec set. So, like, that definitely did help in my favor if that was AV. But, yeah, it had the potential to be dangerous. And other than that, let's move right on to the next game. Okay, we've got Origin Form Dialga, Ho-Oh, Clefairy, Iron Hands, Farigiraf, and Ursaluna. Now, the Iron Hands could be a little bit of a problem for Terapagos, but I mean, I don't dislike it. I don't dislike it at all. I don't dislike the Dialga either, to be completely honest. Yeah, okay. Assault-Vested Miraidon should definitely help. I don't like the idea of giving them a Quark Drive boosted Iron Hands, though, but I mean, I do have the Steel Roller in the terrain. So, I mean, there is that. Fago could be a little bit annoying if they try to set up Trick Room right out of the gate. And I can't Prankster the Farigiraf, so that might be a little bit of a problem as well. But getting set up might be okay. I think we'll go for Volcarona. Yeah, I think Volcarona should be okay. And you know what? I think we'll bring Urshifu just in case. There's no Sun, so I mean, a Surging Strikes into Ho-Oh should be okay. A potential Stellar Surging Strikes into Ho-Oh could be okay. So, yeah, you know what? Let's see how we do here. It's going to be Farigiraf or Ursaluna. Alright, so I think what I want to do right out of the gate, I think I want to Volt Switch the Farigiraf, and I think I want to Dark Pulse it. I'm going to get a defense boost, which is okay. I think I Volt Switch, bring in Volcarona, Dark Pulse it, and we go from there. Because then what I could do is I could try to set up Terapagos the following turn. And yeah, I think we go for the Dark Pulse. I think we Volt Switch, and that should be enough unless Farigiraf Terastallizes. And if it doesn't, if it does, I mean, I can go for a super effective Tera Starstorm later. So, oh, well, that kind of threw things off. What's Ursaluna doing? Are you going for Roar? I don't love that I just revealed my Dark Pulse, but hey, that might be spicy. No, it's Earthquake. Okay, you know what? Miraidon doesn't appreciate that, but I mean, Terapagos should take this well. If Miraidon gets to survive, because this is non-guts boosted, I mean, I might? Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Okay. Okay. Well then. Yeah, that's going to be guts boosted now. Okay. Well, I'm going to Starstorm. Go for the spread damage. And I'm just going to Electro Drift. Oh, Farigiraf is withdrawing. Okay. Telepathy, maybe next to... No, it's Iron Hands. Okay. That's going to be a little bit of a problem, but I mean, they probably won't. They probably won't Earthquake next to their Iron Hands, so I mean, Terapagos might be okay for this one turn. And also, we've seen 3 different Pokemon, so at least we know both Restricteds did not come to this game, so that's relatively nice. Now, I did go for the Electro Drift and the Starstorm, so I should be able to get a good chunk of damage off into the Iron Hands. Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect Miraidon to do a lot to an AV Iron Hands with a resisted hit, but I mean, Terapagos might be okay. And plus, the spread move does cover a potential protect off the Ursaluna. Now, that's not doing a whole lot because I don't have the setup, but what I could do here, depending on who I think the Fake Out's going into, is honestly, it's probably the Terapagos. I'm just gonna try to Draco Meteor the Ursaluna. I don't love the amount of damage that Ursaluna can throw my way. They did Fake Out into the Terapagos, so I mean, if I get this Draco Meteor off, bonus. Sweet. Okay. We get rid of Ursaluna. Now, what I very well could do is I could try to Volt Switch with Miraidon, bring in Volcarona. We did see Protect off of Farigiraf last turn. So I think maybe what we do here is we Starstorm and Volt Switch off the Iron Hands, because that's likely Assault Vested. So it's going to do absolutely nothing because of the -2 special attack, but I mean, Starstorm should be able to do a chunk to both of these Pokemon. And honestly, finding a way to get Urshifu, not Ursaluna, Urshifu in could be nice. So, yeah. The good thing is Iron Hands doesn't really have a spread move. So I should be able to... Okay, Terapagos is going to go down here, which is not great. I was going to say I should be able to just redirect away, but I mean, getting Urshifu in here, going for Surging Strikes might be good. There's the Trick Room. Now, I do have Volcarona. I have no way of knowing yet if that is a Rocky Helmet, so that could be a little bit scary. But I think we're going to Rage Powder. And we're going to Surging Strikes into the Iron Hands. If that's Tera Grass, that doesn't work. Okay. New idea. I Detect, and I Fiery Dance the Iron Hands on the off chance that's Tera Grass. Yeah, I think that's what we do here. There's the Wild Charge into my Urshifu, which honestly, Volcarona pulling that away would have been great. And Foul Play into Volcarona, so Volcarona's going to take that. Great. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll go for the Fiery Dance. We'll try to get set up there. That's doing absolutely nothing, but I mean, preserving my Focus Sash is great. And now... You know what? Now I'm going to just... I'm going to go for the Close Combat instead and Rage Powder on the off chance they decide they're going to Terra. So, yeah, they're not Terraing, which is okay. That Farigiraf could have a spread move, which I'm a little bit weary of. Oh, nice. Flame Body. Okay. Let's see right here. My Rocky Helmet is actually going to give it some chip, the recoil. Iron Hands actually goes down to that. Okay, great. Great. It's all going to plan, even though I could Close Combat into Farigiraf instead. I don't know what move they have that Imprison is blocking, but okay. Maybe Dazzling Gleam for... Maybe Dazzling Gleam potentially off Miraidon, but I mean, that's not going to really matter. How many turns of Trick Room do we have? 2 turns of Trick Room, okay. I would like to Surging Strikes into Vigorap and Rage Powder with Volcarona. And then this way too, if Urshifu gets to keep its stash, I mean, we're going to do some decent damage next turn. We'll see what Dialga is Terastallizing into. Yeah. It's Tera Dragon, so you know what? Draco Meteor is going to do a lot to that thing. Yeah. I just need to stall out one more turn of Trick Room, so... As long as there's no surprise spread option into Urshifu here, we're okay. Foul Play. That's going to do absolutely nothing to Volcarona. We're also going to get the burn. Not that it overly matters. And... Same thing. Rocky Helmet takes out for Vigorap. So... We got a Dragon Pulse coming out into Volcarona. Can I live this? I cannot. But... We're going to get a little bit of chip damage off into Dialga, which is nice. Unfortunately, I went Surging Strikes this turn instead of Close Combat, but, I mean, honestly, 2 Close Combats off of Urshifu might be okay. Because they have the Adamant Crystal, they can't hold an item, so... Yeah, I mean, 2 Close Combats might be okay here. If I get that second Close Combat... I should be alright. I do have a Sash, so I have 2 turns to basically do this, and plus they might try to just get rid of Miraidon. And this is the one turn that Dialga is going to be faster than Miraidon, so I feel like they go for Miraidon here. Which means I effectively have a Follow Me. Nope, I lied. But 1 HP Urshifu, I do get 2 Close Combats. Unless this Draco Meteor lands, then I'm going to nail them for that. But, yeah, I kind of figured maybe it'd be Miraidon taking the hit there. But we land the Draco Meteor, so that's what matters. We get that Draco Meteor off. We take out Dialga. And, yeah, Urshifu survived. Unfortunately, that Close Combat probably wouldn't have been enough at that range for a second one. So, I kind of needed them to go after Miraidon that turn. Potentially. Well, actually, no, I think them going for Urshifu was the better thing, because then Miraidon gets to do damage as well. But, yeah, I think that was alright. I think them going for Urshifu was fine. They probably thought I was Bandit or... No, I think I hit Detect. I don't know. I'll find out when I'm editing this, but, yeah. You guys obviously know, because you paid attention to the video, and I didn't. I didn't really pay attention to what I was doing. But anyways, good game to my opponent. Okay, we've got... Zacian, Kyogre, Chenpao, Urshifu, Tornadus, and Amoonguss. Okay. Whimsicott Miraidon looks fantastic here. Yeah. They look great for the Tailwind and the electric terrain and all that fun stuff. This might be a Tera Miraidon game. Yeah, this might be a... I have to Tera Miraidon. I think I go Miraidon, Whimsicott. I think Terapagos is not the worst thing to have in the back. And I think Urshifu could be okay here too. Urshifu might be okay. I don't think I want Iron Treads. Terapagos just having the Tera Starstorm might be okay too if my opponent does Terastallize to try to get around Miraidon's typing. So yeah, I mean, super effective Starstorm into Kyogre might not be the worst case scenario. I mean, Tornzation is really bad in Miraidon. Because then I would kind of have to hope my Whimsicott can outspeed theirs, and mine is heavily defense-based. It's also not sashed, which is also another problematic thing. If I were to guess, maybe the Amoonguss is Rocky Helmet because of Rage Powder. Potentially. Which would not be great for Urshifu. Okay. It is Zacian Urshifu into Miraidon Whimsicott. Okay, you know what? That's fine. That's not terrible. Tera Electric Electro Drift into Zacian could be nice. Volt Switch into Zacian could be nice. My own Urshifu could be potentially used to deal with theirs. Alternatively, what I could do is I could Volt Switch Optimization in Tailwind. Bring in Terapagos and have that Starstorm, potentially. And get a defense boost that way. Both of these Pokemon could potentially protect, which is a little bit scary. But we'll see what happens here. I don't think Urshifu is overly threatening Miraidon. I mean, close combat will definitely not hurt. Well, it definitely won't tickle. But it shouldn't be enough to knock me out. That said, 2 physical attackers in front of a special attacker. It's not... A special attacker that's running in an Assault Vest is not really the most comforting thing. We're going to Volt Switch off Indization right here. Ooh, that's a good chunk of damage. Okay. I will bring in Terapagos. Potentially. Because, I mean, the defense boost from the Seed plus the... Plus Terra Shift might help me live. Maybe. Now, if it's Surging Strikes into Terapagos, I mean, that could be a little nasty. It's Surging Strikes. Okay, you know what? That's fine. I mean, if they double Terapagos, that's not great. But I might be okay here, because I could always go Starstorm and Moonblast now. Unless they went for Terapagos Whipization too. Yeah, they went for Whipization. Alright. How is that defense boost helping me? Oh, not bad. Okay, okay. If I go Starstorm here, and I go Moonblast into Urshifu, that might help. I kind of like the idea of being able to get a lot of damage off Indization with the Starstorm. But I also love the idea of getting that Moonblast off into Urshifu. Especially if Urshifu is Scarfed. If it's Scarfed, I would love to get that off the field for my own Urshifu. I mean, the big thing is what Whimsicott gets to do. If it faints this turn, it's not pretty, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. We'll get some HP back by Terastallizing. Urshifu is going to switch out, so they might be choice itemed. Which is not terrible in the least. And I don't mind clearing the rain and the terrain right now either. Because Miraidon's in the back now, thanks to the Volt Switch. So Miraidon can always come back in and reset that terrain. And if a Moongus is in the back, great. No Spore for you for 5 turns. So yeah, that's kind of nice. And we did Moonblast into the Kyogre, so maybe we get lucky. We also get a special attack drop into that thing. Zation is going to protect. Great. So that means Whimsicott is safe for this turn. I don't mind getting the little bit of chip damage there into Kyogre. And then this way too, Water Spout is not going to do as much damage, which honestly, that's fine. That did absolutely nothing though, so yeah, that could hurt. Alrighty. I think what I can do here is I can Starstorm, and I think I can Moonblast into Indization. Getting a little bit of chip damage off into Indization might be okay. Like, if we hit the Zation with the Starstorm and the Moonblast together, I don't know if it's necessarily going to be enough, but I mean, it might be okay here. And honestly, getting a little bit more chip into Kyogre is not the worst case scenario either. We know Urshifu's in the back. We don't know who the other ones are yet. But I haven't seen any anti-priority hit the field yet, which is good for my Aqua Jet. Like, I could potentially pick off that Zacian with Aqua Jet. Except they're going to run away. So, Zacian's running away with its tail between its legs. Alright. Tornadus, okay. Yeah. Anti-Tailwind, or Tailwind of their own is there, but you know what? That's fine. If I protect Maitu this upcoming turn and get Tailwind on the field as well, that might not be the worst case scenario. Okay. I have one more turn to Tailwind. And by golly, I am... Actually, I got an idea. They might just protect, which will ruin this for me. But I'm going to Starstorm. I'm going to taunt into their Tornadus while I have the Tailwind up. And then that way, too, if I can shut down their own Tailwind, great. Then it's just a matter of getting priority offendization with my Aqua Jet, hoping I can do enough damage. And now that we know there's no Chen Power Amoonguss, that's kind of assuring for my Miraidon in the back. So, no more Tailwind for them. Starstorm is going to come out. And Whimsicott should be okay to take a... Whimsicott should be okay to take an Origin Pulse. Definitely okay to take Water Spout at this range. But not an Ice Beam. Yeah, okay. Ice Beam is a little bit scary, but... what I can do here is I can bring in Urshifu. I do have a Sash on it, so... I might be okay. Yeah, I might be okay depending on who's faster, their Urshifu or mine. There's the Zacian. Alright. I'm going to try to Starstorm, and I'm going to try to Surging Strike to the Zacian. My Urshifu should be able to outspeed Kyogre. Yeah, I should be able to outspeed Kyogre, and we saw them switch moves, so we know it's not Scarf. We also denied Tailwind of their own, so that's great. I kind of need them to take out Terapagos, and I kind of need to be able to take out Zacian, because then I can get Miraidon in, and then Miraidon's in a good position. Also, I don't know if you guys can hear the hissing and growling, but my cats are getting into a battle of their own on the other side of my desk, so... yeah, fun times to be shared by all. Yeah. Okay, Zacian's going to switch out. Okay, you know what? Fine. I'm going to hit their own Urshifu now and get a little bit of chip, so if they have a Sash, I mean, I'm going to break it. Yeah, okay. Do I think they'd go for a Blind Thunder into my Urshifu? No, they go for Water Spout for the accuracy, which Terapagos lives. Okay, that's great. Now, my own Focus Sash is broken, which is not great by any means. But that puts them in some really good range. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to Dark Pulse into the Kyogre. We're going to Aqua Jet into their Urshifu. Yeah, my Sash is now broken. My Terapagos is pretty much in KO range, so I need to hope that my Aqua Jet's enough at this range to knock out their Urshifu. If I can knock out Urshifu, I'm in an okay position. Yeah. Especially whereas Urshifu can hit for Protect. We've seen Water Spout, Origin Pulse, and Protect. No, I think we've seen Ice Beam. I don't think we've seen Protect. Yeah, that wasn't enough, unfortunately. Shoot. Okay. There's a close combat to my Urshifu. Is that enough to knock me out? No, it's not. Okay, great. The oncoming Origin Pulse would be, though. Oh, Aqua... Water Spout. Oh, Urshifu. Okay. Urshifu. Okay. You are, you're holding in there, buddy. Okay, okay. I appreciate you, Urshifu. I really do. Okay. This is a bit of a precarious situation here. Okay. Well, I'm going to Electro Drift, and I think based off that amount of damage from the last turn, I think Aqua Jet does it this time. Especially since they went close combat. Like, with the defense drop, I should be able to get their, Urshifu at this range, thanks to that -1 defense off the close combat. And I don't think their own Aqua Jet would be enough to take me out at this range either, so I think I'm okay. Yeah. Okay, there goes Urshifu. And my Miraidon is faster than their Kyogre, which is wonderful. So here comes the Electro Drift right here. Knockout Kyogre. Now it's just Zacian versus Miraidon and Urshifu. And I think now I just attack with both of these Pokemon and hope I'm able to knock out the Zacian at its current range. Like, if they go for Urshifu, Miraidon hits them with an Electro Drift. And if they go for Miraidon, I hit them with a Surging Strikes. So, yeah, this might be okay. Yeah, this might be okay here. And alternatively, too, if they go for Miraidon, like, and I don't pick them up with the Surging Strikes, I just get them with the Aqua Jet, but battle's canceled. So that works out very nicely in the end. Good way to wrap that up. We were able to get them pinned between the Zacian, or we got their Zacian pinned between the Miraidon and the Urshifu there, so we definitely got to apply the pressure there. Good game to my opponent. Hey, thank you guys so much for checking out this Miraidon and Terapagos team in action. I had a lot of fun playing with the Electric Seed on Terapagos today, but I did find while the bulk was present with that defense boost, it probably could have helped having a little bit more firepower. Like, I did find Terapagos a little bit slow to set up, but once we got it going with the Calm Mind, that damage was spectacular. Although I might need to allocate the EVs into some different places just so that Terapagos does have some more immediate firepower in case we don't get the Calm Mind up, because that certainly did happen in one of these battles. We ended up playing against Miraidon and Shadow Rider alongside Smeargle Muck, which is never something I like playing, but we were able to get that Muck off the field almost immediately, which was great. And Terapagos was able to get set up in that game, so bonus points for Terapagos with that Electric Seed and Calm Mind tech right there. We also played up against a Ho-Oh and Dialga Origin team. Although the Ho-Oh didn't come to that game, my opponent did bring the Trick Room mode with Dialga, Farigiraf, Iron Hands, and Ursaluna. And honestly, I'm very happy with how Volcarona played out in that game, seeing as it was able to pick up 2 KOs thanks to recoil damage off of the Rocky Helmet, which honestly, you love to see it. We ended up having a Wild Charge hit Volcarona that was redirected away from Urshifu, and Volcarona just ate that Wild Charge. The recoil went into the Iron Hands, and then the Rocky Helmet was pretty much enough to take it out at that point. And plus, we also got a Fiery Dance off. And then the Farigiraf, same thing. We redirected away a foul play into Volcarona, and Volcarona was able to pick up the weakened Farigiraf right there with the Rage Powder Rocky Helmet. So yeah, good times. And then we ended up playing up against Kyogre and Zacian for our third game, and Terapagos being able to remove the rain off of the Kyogre, and then Whimsicott being able to taunt the Tornadus while we still had our own Tailwind up was just delightful. Although we didn't get to reset our own Tailwind, we were able to deny that Tornadus, and therefore it was relatively nice seeing as my Urshifu naturally outsped the Kyogre, and so did my Miraidon. So then it was just a matter of trying to figure out how to deal with their weakened Zacian at the end, and we did end up finishing that game off with Miraidon and Urshifu staring down about a half HP Zacian. So overall, pretty happy with how the team went out. Like I said, I think I might need to figure out a way to get Terapagos' damage output up a little bit faster, so maybe trying to factor in Helping Hand into the team might be for the best, or maybe even Fake Tears. Before I put Taunt on here, I did have Fake Tears on the Whimsicott, so yeah, I did originally consider putting Fake Tears there to help Terapagos, but I was like, nah, I got Miraidon, and then that way Miraidon can do a lot of damage. But yeah, it might have helped having Fake Tears or Helping Hand just to kind of boost up Terapagos' damage output. But yeah, that's my ramblings right there. If you like the team, be sure to let me know what you think of it down in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Catch you later.